Welcome to the next episode of MeatballCraft. Today we got some. I'm really not sure to be honest with you, in terms of how close we are to chapter 3, but kind of want to do some stuff in chapter 2 to kind of finish it out. We have bosses down here that I don't really think matter too much in terms of like progression. So we need something from them, and I'm not totally sure. So we need to finish things like the Infinite Fortress, Britannia, and all that. So let's stop yapping here and get straight to it. So we need to go back to the dungeon place and start dropping people. All right, I was finally able to find one of the dungeon constructors, which is who drops the keys. That place sucks. It's just everything has a lot of health for like no reason. So I put this in here. I'll go ahead and start spawning them in, and then from there, hopefully they'll start dropping keys. Yep, I already saw one go through. All right, to grab it though faster. Alright, so I did get all the keys. Now we just claim this, and then we can move on to Dungeon Invaders. I know someone spawned that. Or someone sold that. Lord Vacuous will trade the wizard book used to summon 2 bosses. I know that I did find him while I was in there. I think I should be able to find him easily. Hopefully. I did find him, and we need 2 Arcanium, which I guess is EMCable, which I forgot. 2 of this for the book. Nope. Nope. Yep. Give me the book. Quest book says that it can be tricky to find these guys, so they do have spawners, which is what we're going to go ahead and do because this is easy enough for us to do at this point, and I'm not spending all that time going through and looking for them. So here's one of the summoners, and then this one just going to need this, which should be easy enough for us to make. There we go. So now we got the sword. I'm not sure if that's a quest to get the sword or not. And there we go. Now we have 2 things we can summon. I'm not sure where they can be summoned or can't. Hopefully it's not in the dungeon. Alright, let's test out if we can spawn these guys up here. Yeah, go fall down. Fall down. You gotta be an Arcana. Okay. Alright, I've blocked off some room so they can't go anywhere. No one can impede us. Go ahead and spawn them. I misread that completely. The War General Summoner. So do I need to... This is the guy I have to beat? No, this is the guy I have to trade with. To get something. My weapons will conquer any... Wait, what? I don't know if I need something from this guy or what, so I'm gonna go ahead and just trade for it. Accidentally just killed the guy. So, I guess I have to go find... Oh, God, these stupid traps. The more and more time I spend in this dimension, the less and less I like it. So I'll be here for the next 3 hours trying to find this one thing. Alright, I found it. I've blocked off the area. Let's go ahead and get this guy. Oh, excuse me? You're invisible? Where are you? Where'd he go? What? Well, now he's spawned in, and this is going to be the fight, I guess. So this is the... I don't know. I gotta be missing something here. This is very riveting gameplay. Even if I use the blast I'm supposed to use, I think, it doesn't really do much. On the bright side, this is leveling my shuriken, or giving me lots of XP on it, so... Silver lining. Alright, 17 hours later, this dude's almost dead. I have a theory to test for the next guy. That was bad. Alright, took another 3 years to find this one. So I'm going to see if this works, because hopefully it does. Oh, come on. Well, at least it kind of works. He's spawning whatever, and they're getting clapped. Oh, no, he's getting really hurt, actually. Fantastic. Yes. Do I win? I do. Next up is the Gaia Guardian round 2. So this is the second version. We should be able to just craft it, I think. This. Oh, and it's some Terra Steel? No problem. Look at this speed. Insta Terra Steel. Now we have our Gaia Spirit Ingot. Can that be used for Tinker stuff? It can. The attack is actually really good on it. And it's better than our red matter. Not that it really matters. Let's see if this works. Or if I need new pylons. Nope, this is another one. You will perish. I'm pretty sure this fight's the exact same as the last one. There you go. Alright. Coming up on the end of the fight here. And he's dead. I win. Alright, and from that fight, the good stuff we got at least. So we got the Greater Gaia Spirits. We got Dice of Fates, Relic Shader, Will of Carol. Craft with that had the following effect. Critical hits apply withering effect. Well, we have a helmet here. Can I just do it like that? Ooh. Nice. There we go. And we got some Gaia Spirits back as well. I'm not sure if there's anything we need out of the Dice of Fate, but I know the Dice of Fate is actually used itself in a crafting recipe, so we'll go ahead and hold on to it. No reason not to. And then hold on to that, and now we have this, which means we are here to Guardian Slayer. Alright, I was going to progress into Botania, but it looks like this is as far as we can go due to other blockers here, so we need to use this Gaia test track to get out of there. But in order to get out of there, we need multi-blocks and I think that's it, actually. Multi-blocks and Never Watching Eye. We need to figure out how to craft this stuff. Yeah, we need just a lot more multi-blocks, so we can't progress any further into that, which means... Who's next? I think that means it's probably time to get into multi-blocks, actually. So we're going to derail ourselves already. So we're going to need a... With regards to recursive recipes? That's recursive recipes for some inputs, reasonable, yep. Okay, should not be set as input. Yeah, I know how to use recursive recipes, buddy. Thanks. So yeah, we can get into this stuff now. Gold, redstone, diamond, and then machine casing. Would seem... That's two of the same recipe? No. The machine casing, we need to figure out how to automate this. So to automate machine casing, we're going to need flux cores, which we have automated, modularium we have automated, quartz chipsets, we need to automate those actually, somehow, some way. And then fiery augments, we need those, we need these. And then I think we have all this. No, we need to make flux crystals, which is very easy. So in order to automate this fiery stuff, we're going to need to get into a little bit of bewitchment. I don't know where that just went. Oven, and I don't think it requires power from an altar. I've never gotten into bewitchment ever, so this will be a new journey for me. So we need to get a witch's altar first. Apparently, I think I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. So we need to get a stone witch's altar, which is crafted very weirdly, I guess. And not that big of a deal for us, honestly, because it's probably pretty easy for us to get at this point. We should have it all. Try to craft it. We're missing elder wood, which I'm almost certain we have in here. Yeah, we do have elder wood, which is good. And then we also need fiery, or not this. We needed, what was it? This empty jar that we need. That's kind of annoying to craft, but not gets that hard for us to do. Oh wow, that takes runium. Kind of expensive. Alright, now we can go ahead and craft it. Should be pretty quick, honestly. Also added another furnace for all of our stuff over here. I also, in episodes, made it so that we could upgrade everything to resonant with conversion kits instantly and all that. So, yep, there we go. We got the witch's altar. Should be what we need for the quest, right? Maybe? Yeah, that looks like it's done. And we need carpet, which we don't have any carpets. Just make 10 wool for now. We will make some carpets. We'll come over to a magic area and probably set up this altar. I have no idea what it's supposed to look like. They didn't really tell me what it's supposed to look like either, did they? I don't think so. Structures for 3x2 table, okay. Can be made. Any type of altar, right-click the structure with a vanilla carpet to form the altar. Okay. It'll generate energy passively. With empty hand will tell you the available energy, the amount of diverse nature crops, trees, flowers set the maximum amount of energy. The more different plants you have, the higher the maximum energy. You can place statue on the altar or a particular artifact on the altar to add multipliers for rate and amount. Got it. So I thought it had something to do with that, but I wasn't totally sure. So if we go ahead and just place down this and then right click with a carpet. Yep, it turned itself into a witch's altar. And then it seems like we only have 4 out of like 4 possible. And we're gonna need more multipliers. So we're gonna go ahead and do here is probably grab a whole bunch of different saplings and grow them and see what it does. Just now got the achievement for a seedy place. We have not planted seeds yet. That's crazy. Alright, so I've planted some trees and everything around here. And now we're up to 131 instead of 4, which is a little better, I would think. Alright, so now we have our witch's oven. I think we just need to put the empty jar in here. And then I kind of lost track of where we were, to be honest. I think we need this. We need to start cooking stuff in here. So I think let's get some raw beef in there and see what that does. See if I just do this. Will it auto cook? Probably not. Let's grab some coal and see what that does. So it seems like the chance to get tallow is very low. I just took accelerate this, by the way, with the time in the bottle. That's why it's going so fast. But yeah, so we get some tallow this way, which isn't all bad. It's not fantastic. I will be the first to say that. Then we're also going to need cloudy oil, which you can get just by smelting saplings and cactus and things like that. I'm not sure if like different things have different rates of like tallow and all that. But let's go ahead and just grab some cactus. Grab that out. We don't really need the steak, but do that. And then what else can I toss here? This. And for now, you're gonna have to go off. You're being really annoying. So we'll get that, and then hopefully, yeah, we'll get some cloudy oil as well. Now I get the fire reagent. You can trade for this. It's not not something you don't have to trade. You can't trade for, but I like to have it so we can get a lot of it and like passively at some point. Hopefully, we can figure it out. But now we're just gonna get distillery, which is pretty easy to craft actually. We'll get that. Apparently has a quest. We'll place it down here, and then we'll come in here. I guess it needs blaze powder. Blaze powder, and then it needed the oily stuff, the tallow. And what else? What else did you need? More blaze powder. Apparently. So just put all that in there, and we should get what we need. And that we do. It also looks like it's filling up on that outside. If I would take this out, I wonder if it'll fill up with something weird. Alright, while that cooks, we can go ahead and start getting all this stuff together, which really just needs glass bottles at this point, so we didn't have to get too far into... I don't need glass, I need glass bottles. Bewitchment for this. We only have 1 for now, but it'll... Maybe? What did it try to replace itself with? Alright, I'm gonna have to get some like auto crafting pattern for that, because I'm not about to redo this. We'll see. I think just for now, I'll kick off just huge crafts of this stuff. For the chipset stuff. Well, yeah, we'll just do this for now, and then later we'll be able to automate it, but that's a little bit more down the line. Which means for us, the last thing we really have to do is get this end steel chassis, which just takes end steel ingots, which we already have automated, grains of infinity, which we already have automated, but not being imported into the system, and then end steel bars. So yeah, this is easy actually, a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Which means we should be able to go ahead and be able to request like 10 of these. We're missing fire reagents and iron chipsets. Okay. It would seem you can't really automate witches' ovens. Let's try and access it from the bottom, but if we can't automate these, that's going to be really annoying, actually. And we can. You just have to access it from the bottom and pull stuff out of here, and then the top is for other things. So while we wait for more of this witchery stuff to craft, we'll go ahead and start crafting up some of these. We do have enough for, I think it was 5 machine casings, so it should be good there. While we wait for that, I think we need a multi-block stick, which is just 2 modularium. We got a little bit of modularium in here, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. And it does not combine with Omni Wand, unfortunately. The unfortunate world. Oh, well, nothing does, I guess. I don't know. We're also going to need to upgrade these capacitors, because this is bad. This is slow. Good news, we have our machine casings. So we have these, but I think we need to craft the actual controller itself. There's really doesn't seem to be any way of getting more bang for your buck here. So looks like we're just have to craft it like this. And now we should have ourselves a machine controller. Cannot be crafted in A2. Use a crafter instead. That's kind of annoying. I won't lie. This is another recipe that has to be used in a what do you call it? A crafter instead. Go ahead and craft this. If I put this in here, it should craft. You need a diamond also. You have everything you need. Why are you not crafting? That's the question. This is the right recipe. It's just not. It doesn't want to. The thing doesn't want to craft it. I don't know. There. I don't get it. It's not working. Maybe I have to do it first in here. So let's try it first in here. We left the diamond over here. Let's try it first in here. We'll craft our first thing like this. Okay. Should be the quest. And then to craft this again, is this just the recursive recipe this time? I don't know. Yeah, so let's get in here. Let's put this recipe in. All that. Apply. And let's get a diamond. What was it? Redstone. And gold. See if this works as a oh, okay, that's how it works. That's the recursive recipe. So that means we don't need to keep making machine controllers. Cool. Which saves us from needing to use machine casings for all of our machine controllers at least, because once you have one, it's keep reusing it, which is nice. Which now moves us on further into the pack. We got some things unlocked here, like soul manipulation and all that. This recursion I'll look through all these actually and see what's up, because soul cages I think should be really useful. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, they serve just like apotheosis spawners, but it's just this is like the OG apotheosis spawner, I think. All right, so let's go through the quest, and it says to do this ASAP. So I guess we'll do this first. I think it's supposed to be like our void miners, but better. I'm not sure, because our void miners are about to be tier 4, so I'm not sure if they need to stay or go or what. So we'll go ahead and start looking into it here. So to make this, we're gonna need 4 laminite, 4 rawzite, 4 rupee, and 4 realmite, which should all be very easy for us. Now we just need to craft a machine blueprint. It can be chiseled into other blueprints, so you really only have to craft it one time, but I think it'll be useful because imagine paper being the one thing we don't have. We have the expensive stuff, just no paper. This will be useful. I think it'll visualize stuff on the ground for us. So we have this, which gives us dark matter, I guess. I don't know. And then I guess mythic equals I don't know. I think that might be a little later, but we want to make this one first. So let's see. This is going to be. This is the structure we're gonna need to make. We're gonna want. That looks like a bunch of tier 1 frames. And then the blocks we just made, followed by the thing, and then item output slots and an energy input hatch. Okay, so input hatch is easy enough. Output hatch should be easy enough. And I think it said something about you're going to want a total of 31 output slots. So I think that's like, yeah. Okay, so let's see what we can do about building this. So for energy input hatches, I'm not sure how much it's going to take per tick. I feel like 20k should be enough. Let's check on our power though, because I think our power is starting to actually reach its limits. We are using approximately a little under half. So we still have 20k to spare in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this if we can. Let's see. Okay, so normal, small, tiny. Oh. That's a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Alright, so here's our reinforced. I honestly think it'll be overkill for this tier 1 miner, but we might as well see what it can do. So we need a total of 31, and we have 4 slots. So if we get a 9 per, That'll give us 36, so that puts us right where we need to be. So we'll go ahead and see about crafting this. It seems like it'll be pretty much the same thing of just being relatively easy. Yeah. Actually, this one does take a lot more modularium, I think. I don't know. All right, so now we have our input hatch, or output hatches with our inputs. And then I think the rest of this is pretty easy. Where's the one I need? It's this one. So we need this one. So let's go ahead and grab a chisel just in case. Well, not just in case. I think we'll for sure. Give me that. So let's go ahead and put this in there. And then we're going to want the Terra Mythical. And I assume this will just visualize stuff on the ground for us. Let's go ahead and also blueprint, or not blueprint, bookmark that. So we can see exactly what it is we need. Here it is. So yeah, I think this should, I think we have everything. Now we need the tier 1. We need 32 tier 1 frames. Which we might not be able to make because I did just make lots of other ones. I did say 32 or 31. Whatever. We have enough. And since it's going to be another miner, we should probably put it over by our others. This is about to... I didn't even trunk align this stuff. I'm slacking. I'll go ahead and put it... here. Wait, can this even work in this dimension? I wonder. I guess we'll find out. Can't really hurt to try, can it? Let's go ahead and put this here. So if I go ahead and put this like here, will it show me what I need? Click to reset, extra info, open the preview options, project it. Nice. Okay, so yeah, what we're gonna want to do is put this here, I guess, and then we're gonna put everything in like so. So here, output, 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 outputs. Then I'll build the rest of this off camera. And all right, it seems to be built. It's kind of interesting. So it says how like the lag and stuff it takes in async mode. It doesn't have enough energy because we aren't giving it any energy right now. So let's go ahead and get a plug, and let's come underneath like so. Just open it all up. And then we'll just open all this up, to be honest. Like this. And then we can grab a melodic energy conduits. Place it here. Place this here. This will be insert only. This will be extract only. Now it should be getting power. Oh my. It is really, oh, it's really sucking it dry, huh? So the energy hatch I gave it can do a maximum of 20,480, and it's taking in 20,000, so that was definitely actually needed. So I guess these will start producing stuff. Formed. I don't see, where's all my stuff? And the quest book said to do this sooner rather than later. I'm not really sure why, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if one of these things is needed that I'm not already making a lot of. But yeah, so this is all the stuff it can produce for us. But yeah, I'm kind of failing to see why we need to do this, but the quest book said so. I put the blueprint in there. If I take it out, it puts the blueprint in. I'm not really sure if that changes anything. Oh, now we have stuff. So I put the blueprint in, and maybe that changed it, or maybe it's just pure coincidence. But yeah, now we're getting stuff. Wait, actually, there is one thing. So we got the rusted iron core and the power core. I was wondering how to get that, because you get these from these guys who I have not seen, and you need the rusted iron core to progress in the pack. So that's nice, at least, actually. So we have an ender chest here now. I haven't hooked it up yet, but this will be where all of our stuff gets imported into our system directly. Just because I'm not really going to filter it out, because I assume this thing's not going to produce something that's completely useless. I'm sure it'll be used at some point in the future, especially with how the quest was worded. I don't think we should be voiding things right now. Maybe we will need to, maybe we won't, but yeah, for now we'll just take everything out and put it into our system. And thanks to our miner that we just set up, we now have access to personal EMC links, which is fantastic, and it's a quest. And it seems like we can get more and more with this. Actually, we can do that right now. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't always see a reason for us to do it right now, though. So I was going through the rest of these multi-blocks that we have access to right now, the book says, and none of these are particularly something I find useful right now. A lot of these are for chickens, and I don't want to use, well, not that I don't want to use chickens, I'm just not using chickens right now. So we don't really need to go in those. Another one of these is for power, and I don't plan on using that for power. We'll upgrade our turbine setup whenever we need to. Actually, speaking of upgrading our power, that's sucking down 20k a tick. How are we doing over here? Yeah, so I think now we're bumping it up. I think when I saw this thing, it maxed out at 60k, so we might actually need to bump up our power supply here sooner rather than later. Our power storage is fine. It can input and output 600,000, so that's fine. It does only hold 500 million, but I don't think we're ready for the next tier of power storage, which is for sure going to be Draconic Evolution, because A, it looks good, and B, it holds all the power. It looks like the next part of our quest book is getting a reactor controller, though, because, yeah, it shows all this, and I think now we're getting to that. Let's see. Do we happen to have any other controllers? I don't necessarily want to rip that one up. Let's do a reactor controller. Can I just make another one real quick? Yeah, that's pretty cheap for us. We'll just do that. And then, get the quest. Get an addiction cookie. And getting this unlocks the nether mythical and end mythical resources. However, I know for a fact we're not going to be able to supply enough power for all three of these things to run at the same time. So what are we going to have to do? Less basic fission. Ooh, what is this? So this is actually about turbines, which we will need to get into probably now, if I'm being honest. But I think turbines will take a little bit, and we are just about at that time. So I think we have good progress for today's episode. We got our modular machines up. We got our first modular actual like multi-block machine going as well. Got a little bit of bewitchment, and yeah, I think it was a good progress here. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. We are for sure going to get turbines up and running, and with the way everything else is going, and I've checked this recipe, we are definitely going to break into chapter 3 as well. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. Come back for next episode. Maybe. I know you want to. Anyway, see you guys. I will say, though, I did just think of a great way for you to see the next episode, and that might be to hit the subscribe button. I don't know. Your life, not mine.